Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy news update. And I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit underwhelming today, but we do seem to be getting these leaks coming fast and hard now with third season coming around the corner. And today we have the leak of the Elven Union team, or Pro Elves, or Onions, or whatever you want to call them. And don't strap in. It's not exciting. Anyone out there who was waiting for some kind of exciting Pro Elf team, this is not it. I mean, you should know that from the top where it says special rules, none. Just straight up none. You get nothing. Special rules, none for you, sir. We got the Pro Elf Linos who've been increased, I think, to 65k. I believe they were 60k. So they're paying 5k for Fumble Ruski. They also do have pass in 3+ instead of 4+. So this is trying to be maneuvered into being the ball movement team, right? Fumble Ruski is the skill where you can put the ball on the floor without it being a turnover, and then someone else can pick it up. Will we be able to see that being used by the entire team? Can they move the ball around the entire board, constantly just walking over, putting the ball down next to one of the other linos? They pick it up, they Fumble Ruski it. Will that be what this team is built for? To just move the ball like a weird pinball around the pitch? Pretty crazy. Yes, nowhere on the... So we were thinking maybe because of the dwarf roster that Linos would get access to Devious, so all Linos could go DP Sneaky Git. But we did have the argument against that, where it said in one of the articles that, you know, players who follow the rules won't have access to that. And here we go with these no Devious access anywhere. No Devious access anywhere for these Pro Elves. No fouling for Pro Elves. The thrower is up next. He's gained Hail Mary pass for nothing, for free. And that's going to go with the next skill that comes on the line, where the catchers have gained diving catch for free. So these two skills have come in for free. So this is the ball movement team. The thrower can Hail Mary it. Catchers can be hanging around with Nerves of Steel and diving catch. If you wanted a passing team, if you wanted a ball movement team, this is it. But other than that, it seems super weak. The blitzers especially are basically unchanged. I say basically, I mean they're unchanged. They're completely unchanged, which is the most disappointing part of this team, obviously. Same costs, same stats, block step, same access. Absolutely unchanged blitzers is pretty grim for this team. I'm not seeing this team being a big threat. Like, it's a crazy ball movement team, but it doesn't have anything else. It can't foul anymore. It's still incredibly vulnerable, being mostly AV 7+. No special rules to wonder about. No extra stats anywhere other than Elf Linos can now pass, which is kind of irrelevant because they can also Fumble Ruski. Why would you throw a pass at a 3+ when you can put the ball down next to a different lino who can pick it up on a 2+? Like, why would you ever do that? It doesn't matter that it's increased. So we should be able to see chaining, but like at this point, that doesn't matter, does it? Pro Elves with movement 8 and Nerves of Steel catchers could move the ball the entire length of the pitch anyway. This is just add in more 2s. So I'm not getting this. Every release is. I was super excited at the early hints where they were talking about the extra skills, like the changes to Dark Elves and the extra skills for like Linos. I was excited that the changes were going to be sweeping and interesting, but so far we've had two rosters leaked, and really, really disappointing, both of them. I don't know if they're getting the rubbish rosters out of the way, because, I mean, let's be honest, where are these leaks coming from? I don't know if they're getting the bad rosters out of the way first, but this feels like these are nothing. It doesn't have to be some big thing, but it's nothing, right? They've nerfed this team as well. That's two rosters leaked, and they've nerfed both rosters. Like, why would that be a? Why would you do that? Everything's getting nerfed. That's not how you make a game, is it? I doubt Fumblerooski's going to be Fumblerooski Hydra. I can't see it being some incredible game-altering skill. Yeah, anything could be the change, right? Anything. Fumblerooski could now be like when you're holding the ball, you count as having super guard and strength 6. But it's not going to be, is it? No, I don't see why. Like, amenable. That's clearly the point of this team, isn't it? It's the the Harlem Globetrotters or whatever. They move the ball around. That's it. But it doesn't matter because they could already do that. You could already move the ball 16 squares with 1 in 36 by handing off the ball to a catcher. Now you got to move it like that many squares with multiple 2+s. The Linos don't have sure hands. If they'd come with Fumblerooski and sure hands, it would be even funnier, right? But they don't. So this is just, yeah. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you do as. So what you do as pro elves, right? It's easy to score, obviously, with Hail Mary pass, diving catch, Fumblerooski. But what do you do other than scoring? How do you stop a score? They've got nothing. They get nothing else, and they've only got 2 catches now, so they're very vulnerable to having their catches clipped, and they can't one turn or whatever. Bucky, we don't talk about whether something's fun or cool here. Anyone that's not like a thing, is it? Like no one, you can have your own fun. Like people play goblins, the worst team in the game. This is about whether things are competitive, and this isn't. Anyone like you can't teach people whether something's fun. You don't give people advice on whether they find something fun. Fun is completely in the eye of the beholder, or cool, or any other word that means not competitive. I'm fine with people having fun, right? Anyone can have fun with the game, right? That's absolutely normal. But like, you don't need advice on that. You don't need to be told whether something's fun or not. Like looking at these, whether or not you can use them to win games of Blood Bowl, and this seems just bad. They got 2 free skills, but they're not really that useful. You can always tell the value of a free skill by whether or not you would have picked it ever when you were paying for them. Like, how far down the list would you go before you picked, like, Hail Mary pass for the thrower or diving catch for the catcher? Like, pretty far, right? Would you even have picked it on a legend? Yes, NAF style has its own way of fixing these things. So we can't do anything about that, right? That's down to tournament organizers. So if NAF give this team 17 skills, it'll be the best NAF team, right? But that's changing them on purpose. What we're ranking them on is whether or not they're just good, like without being helped out by being given like 5 extra skills over other teams. And they're pretty rough. I do not think the things that they've gained, the Fumblerooski, the Hail Mary pass and the diving catch make up for the fact that they've lost 2 catches and they no longer have access to dirty player or sneaky git. Or any of the other things that are going to be in Devious. It does. The one thing I will say is Fumble Ruski is almost certainly going to be the passing skill that's moved to Devious, right? Because we know punt is going into passing. So a passing skill has to move to keep 12. And it's almost certainly Fumble Ruski moving to Devious. So this is another Lino, similar to the Dwarf Lino, that are getting a Devious skill when they don't, as a new skill. And sorry, some of these get a Devious skill when they don't have access to Devious. And the Dwarves got Defensive, which may still be an Agility skill when the team doesn't have access to Agility. Kind of an interesting dynamic going on there. But yeah, this is just very underwhelming. I was really hoping for something interesting on the Blitzer, really. That's what this team needed. Something interesting on the Blitzer. Fumble Ruski is free amenable. So Fumble Ruski means you just put the ball down in a square and that's it, it's not a turnover. Then someone else has to come along and pick it up when it's their turn. So it's how you move the ball. But you could already move the ball, right? This is the team that could already do that because they have nerves of steel and catch on their players. Yes, he's excellent, Dembeek, but they lost 2 catches. So you'd expect them to get something good in response, like the other teams seem to have, right? Based on the leaks, like the Dwarf Blitzers got extra stuff. The Dwarf Slayers got extra stuff. If we believe some of the other leaks, sorry, spoilers for those watching on YouTube. Like both of the Orc Positionals get extra stuff. The Human Blitzers get extra stuff. Like those are just not the kind of leaks we can report on yet. They're just, forum posts and things. But why is the Elf Blitzer just exactly the same? You couldn't throw him a bone? You couldn't give him like some kind of vaguely semi-useful skill? Hey, Jim. So yeah, this is pretty sad, isn't it? It's pretty sad that this is just kind of there. It's fun. It'll absolutely be fun to play, right? Crazy amounts of ball movement. But it's not competitive. I'm not seeing this as like an increase. If anything, if the others get skills that do make them better, this will drop Pro Elves down. Yes, so the increasing costs, we should work out the costs, right, of what you can get out of the box. That's the thing we should do, right? Out of the box. So in the box, you get 2 blitzers. So that's 115 times 2. 230. Plus the 2 catchers. Plus a thrower. That gives you 5. So you need 6 linos. That's 360. It's 390. That's 895. So 2 rerolls. No, 2 rerolls, no Apo again. Same as the Dwarf box. So you have to drop one of the catches. Nope, if you drop one of the catches, you don't get enough to get a 3rd reroll. So they are doing the prices are to do with the box as well. You're starting with 2 rerolls. You can't get 1 catcher, 3 rerolls. So you're starting with 2 rerolls, no dodge. Unless I got the maths wrong. Seven times 65 is 455. We could not have a thrower, I guess. So you could do the high elf start. That's 8 times 65, 520 plus 115. Yes. So you can do the high elf start with pro elves now, which is 2 blitzers, 1 catcher, no thrower, 8 linos, which don't come in the box, and that's the only way you can get 3 rerolls. They've reduced the pro elves to start in like high elves, except high elves have armor 8 and pro elves have armor 7. The wood elves have different starts because of the tree, Dembeek. So this is bad. Bad start. They've made the start worse. Yeah, pro elves had a normal 3 reroll start, didn't they? Yeah, didn't pro elves used to be 2 blitzers, 2 catchers, 7 linos, 3 rerolls, yeah. So now they've lost a catcher in their start. Their catcher's been downgraded to a lino in their start. You can't. Like, you can't start with the thrower, yeah. Like, this is out of the box, right? You can start with the box, but, like, would you want to? If this is going to be, like, a selling point, that was their claim, right? It's a selling point that you can just buy the box and nothing else. The start that you're telling people to start with is 11 players, no dodge, 2 rerolls, no Apo. Out of the box. That seems bad. You can't even have a start with both throwers, by the way. Yeah, you are 5k short now, so you can't even use both throwers out of the box. Man, this is not looking good. I was really hoping for something better. Anything good we can say about it other than the fun of moving the ball around like a bunch of lunatics? Not really. I'm not missing anything. There's nothing there. Special rules, none. Just leaped out at me when I saw this. Like, special rules, none is wild, isn't it? Well, you got the Dwarf League and they had 2 different special rules, neither of which they had before. And then we get the Elven Union League and it's like, nah. So that thought we had about everyone getting special rules immediately out the window. Well, okay. There's no point in banging on about this too much longer. There's not a lot to talk about. I'm very sorry to Pro Elf players. You can join the Dwarf players in the sitting on the side, hoping something else happens, because your team has not been made any better, and the start has been made worse. And we will see you probably for the next leak. Bye-bye.